Hi YouTube, I hope you're doing okay. I'm doing a little bit better. Um, I listened to a pretty good Lionel Nation. It wasn't just about the election that's going to be coming up next year, but he said a lot of other things that touched my heart. I mean, he gets it. He's my age, and he can look at me and maybe understand that. If I wasn't strong, there's people in my life just waiting for my physical fitness to fail so they can attack me. So I'll just leave it there. So I hope you get a little more closer to who I am with my personality. I do not hurt people. I'm sick of being hurt. Um, and I'm alone in my battle. Nobody's fighting my battles. There's somebody that wants to literally snap my neck could think that they could have a chance in doing that, would do so in a heartbeat. And I know a few that don't live too far from me. So when I'm talking like what I need to do or what I'm capable of, I'm going to stay that way and I'm going to stay talking about it too because, like I said, I don't have anybody defending me. So, and what did I do to put myself in such a horrible position? Do you think I did something wrong? Maybe not, huh? Maybe I actually am righteous and they can't stand it. Okay, so I'm not so righteous with my language sometimes. Yeah, we all do have our faults. Is that a fault? I don't see it as such. It's something I adopted. Oh, how I just love that word as a part of myself for survival. And it's not going away until I drop dead. Cheers. Like I say, it's not like I did anything to deserve any threats or beatings or anything that people have put me through. But I did learn how to defend myself, and sometimes my language is a part of that. And when Satan sends his minions towards me, well, some days they get an earful. Some days they don't. Most days they don't. Most days I'm pretty peaceful. I had a pretty nice talk with, well, I talked to 3 of my granddaughters today. If you're watching me, honeys, hi. Hope your afternoon's going well. My oldest granddaughter's going through nightmares and things that I used to go through. And it goes even deeper than that for the crazy things that I described what mine were like and how to combat them, how to uh, have God in our hearts to be able to stand up to the bullies, even in our nightmares. And it is a spiritual warfare. There is no doubt. But yeah, she's being attacked. But when you have been through, a person has been through trauma, I mean, sleepless nights aren't anything new. It's not that you ever get used to being sleep deprived, but it's just not something that you can, it's just, even in your waking hours, you can overcome your trauma. You're awake, you're aware of it, but when you're sleeping, you're not so aware of it. Well, same sort of goes with being weakened by your opponent after. I mean, so I'm searching for the type of people that are strong enough to say, whoa, somebody must have just did something to her today or for many days because this isn't her personality. Um, she must be tired or hurt or something like that, that would have that understanding of my personality that doesn't harm other people, you know? So, anyway, hope you got that. If you didn't, I can't help it. But anyway, so yeah, you don't have to be proud of my foul language, but how I lift myself out of my foul mood, you know? And two, that is also a reflection on who I listen to and their temperament, like a friend that I call Mad Mondays might just set me off on a. I have to be really careful who I listen to also. That's what I'm saying. So either you trust me as a good human being or you don't. But if you're judging me by how other people are, that was your first mistake. So that's all I can say, you know. Yeah, I'm going to defend myself till I drop dead, or for the mere reason so I won't so quickly. Yeah. Then another troll-like creature, and no, I didn't really have to respond, but this was towards all Aquarians. And in my experience, the men Aquarians have been more apt to be, uh, a lot of them are more on the fruit loopy side than the logical or that type of thing. So that's been my experience with people. I had a friend that had a brother, he was born on the same day as me, but there was like nothing in there. And I had another friend, tried to be a friend for decades, that also was an Aquarian. A lot of people that I know, nieces, nephews, Doug's brother. I mean, but anyway, so this person said if they wanted to see toxic, like check out the Aquarians are the worst. And this one woman had written, something like, well, I'm offended, she wrote. And I wrote, it's like, okay, so this was said about us. Now, anything we say in our defense is going to look combative, you know? And that's exactly the position I'm put in time after time, time after time. It's about time for that type of stuff to end, you know. That's real. So I asked it if it was born on 420, like Hitler was, you know. I don't know if they got that, but yeah, that would stand a reason why. And I asked, what and why? What's this for? What's your reason? You know, that you would even say such a thing about a whole group of people that's about probably 1/12 of what makes up the world as far as zodiacs are concerned. Why target one group of people, you know? So, but I'm sure I won't get a reason why. But I had to agree. Somebody wrote, what about those Pisces Aquarian cusps? And I was like, whoa, whoa. Oh, okay, you just hit a nerve there. That's not me. But I could just imagine if you mix them two together, yeah, you'd have some interesting star charts. Wow, that would be crazy. Yeah, but somebody evidently doesn't like the idea of the age of Aquarius or has no really understanding. And there's a lot of people that think that we're coming into that or we haven't come into that yet or that that's the male energy or I don't care what they say. I know better. And yeah, zodiacs and the stars and the planets do affect our bodies and our minds. It's all real, you know. But anyway, so yeah, I got my granddaughter a little calmed down. She was thinking about like because she's actually been like spiritually attacked. You know when you see something like out of the corner of your eye, but there's nothing there, but yet her dog would start barking and growling. She got bit. She saw something, the dog saw something, there was nothing there, and her dog bit her. He's not a biter, you know, so she's getting attacked spiritually, and it doesn't necessarily mean that it's by something off of this world. It's people, it's other people with their bad intent and their energy. As a matter of fact, you could say something well meaning to me in a video, and by the time that video hits my ears, some other person in their bad intent may try to get their energy in between all that. So if we can't decipher who the person is to begin with, it's like that saying, um, oh, how does it, okay, just a minute. Just people continuously trying to find fault where there isn't any, you know. So, and that's when I get angry, I get pissed. Then it makes me look like I have a fault that wasn't there because somebody else is trying to glue that on me, you know. It's like, okay, I'm not taking glue uh, right on my forehead. Bad person because you reacted to somebody else's bullshit. Yeah, it wasn't just one person. It was several at a time. And basically, the main character, the whole dark ball, is the one I'm talking to when I'm calling names, and he knows that. Maybe you don't know that, but that's who I battle. So, I mean, if I'm talking to you personally and I say something to you personally, you're going to know it was for you. If you're listening to me and my words aren't soft spoken enough, that I don't have in me, do not want in me to feel passive and docile, or have that touch of femininity that does not show strength that I need to portray, bye, 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 bye. For real. Hope you get that because if you're getting hurt beside me, I'm the only person that's going to protect you, most likely. So, yeah. Or maybe not some of my friends. Some of you may be just as strong minded as, like, what did you just say to her? Yeah, I may hear that someday. I did once out of Doug. Some guy had called me a bitch because we had made a he worked on my truck and then totally messed me over and stole from me and yeah, all kinds of stuff. So, and Doug acted like he was going to beat his ass. So the thing it is the guy, Doug's 5'6", and the guy was like 5'5", and Doug outweighed him by about 100 pounds with his muscle mass. And it wouldn't have been any kind of competition. That's what I'm saying. And he knew that, you know. It's not like somebody be brave enough to step up against a monster for me, maybe with their words, but I mean in all reality, like step in and save somebody being brutalized like I have. Eh, not around me. Hasn't ever happened. So I therefore keep myself fit enough to have to do something. I will, you know. But part of their aggravation and part of their pushing is to see really how weak a person is. It's not how mad they can get you or the luge that they're going to take from you if you lose your temper. No, none of that's real. You know, what's real is what they do to you and how you respond. So, what? You're not supposed to respond? Well, I guess if I was worried about my image, I probably wouldn't. But it isn't my image that I'm trying to portray, it's my soul. If you can't feel the peacefulness within that, well, I don't know who the hell I'm talking to then. I guess I really don't. And I guess whoever was listening that I thought that they really got me, you don't get me. you know, I'm not here because I did something wrong and I have to beg forgiveness to leave here. That is not me. I'm here being tortured, helping other people for something another female did to me. And she's still alive, and I still haven't done anything to her. Wear that for a while. This is not about anything else besides me trying to help other people. And for one, well, okay, this is my point of the day, and I know my granddaughters know this well. Would you rather have grandma soft spoken but not morally sound in her mind? So you can speak as softly as you want? Or would you rather have a little bit gruffer of grandma that would fight to the death for you and not care what anybody thinks while she's in that battle? So, okay, here let's make it look more physical. How about grandma in stiletto heels and a mini skirt, or grandma in a t-shirt? We're talking moral grandma, or a blouse or whatever, you know. But the one that's in the mini skirt is going to be softer spoken and not be a fighter at all. What's she going to fight about? She doesn't have anything to fight for except what's between her legs and the emptiness within her head, or the pretense that she puts out for the world. Yeah, real or unreal, authentic or inauthentic or unauthentic. You decide. Yeah, well, it does make a difference. So, yeah, words mean a lot. And furthermore, I mean, yeah, I don't have to respond, but I don't know anybody that doesn't. If I say something to you, you're going to respond to me, and oh, yes, you do. You know, you may not sound like I sound, You're not me, you know. I was not a crass sounding mother. I don't use crass language in front of my grandchildren. None of my videos are made for kids at all, ever. You know, a certain little, like even with my grandkids, you know, they know the difference between good language and poor language and what's appropriate and what's not. Well, these people that will attack me know full well what they want to hear out of me. Well, they're not really getting what they want to hear. They want to hear me snap. They want to hear me lose it in the respect that I'm going to like look different than who I am in some kind of light. I've been forever me. So, anyway, like I say, if I'm not to the liking in your company, well, you know, I'm okay with that. I need somebody that can handle when I get hurt or I'm afraid or whatever. That can handle my emotions through the whole thing in this battle, you know. Not necessarily approve of when I'm not sounding so nice, but to understand what it would look like if I ignored it. And what would that do anybody any good? Would me by just letting some mean go that could hurt a lot of people, would that do anybody any good? By not saying you're not going to do this anymore and I'll hunt you down, that would be wrong of me, that I don't have the right to hunt somebody down and talk to them the way they're talking to me in person. Yeah. Well, that's exactly how God would handle it. And don't say God wouldn't call you any names. Whatever. So enough pleading my case. That is a non-fucking case because you'd actually have to be in my shoes to know what that case is. So it's easy to analyze something you have no understanding of. Or maybe you do. Maybe you have a slight idea. Maybe. But that's not a definitive. Hello, who you got?
Let me clean her eyes
Oh,
out.
Snow
I cleaned them out. She
White.
come up.
Oh, good
She couldn't
girl.
see. I got them cleaned up.
Don't hug her close so she doesn't.
Oh, see, look at.
She's
See?
cold.
Oh no, she got her eyes cleaned out.
Oh, say hi, YouTube.
Hey YouTube, say hi to Nellie Blythe's great granddaughter.
Great, great.
Great granddaughter.
No, great, great.
Oh, she's
Yeah,
sweet.
yeah, she is.
Another one.
Yeah. Snow White. Yeah. So yeah, um, you'd really have to be me in order to understand me, and I know God loves me. Does he like me calling people's names? Maybe he really isn't too upset about that. That would be for you to determine whether or not that would be appropriate in these times we live in. You know, like I said, no children are involved in my life in that. So that's funny. Yeah, it's cool in here compared to outside. Oh geez, it doesn't even show it right now. Let's see. Oh no, I can't. If I click, I was gonna click and then I might mess things up. Well, anyway, oh no, it did just pull up. Oh, see, now that's what I did. I accidentally, oops, sorry. I think it's about at least 90 degrees out there, and it's about 70 and 72 or so in here, so that kitty would have a shock going in and out. But yeah. But just remember that when you get uppity and you're upset and you take it out on other people out there, and you may not think you are, but you are. I do it a little bit differently, but it's the same. So I think we all have our days. If you're a friend of mine, you get it. If you don't, you don't. And, it's the way it is, you know. But I am making a point and I am making an example for other women. That's a fact. And there really is. I mean, these men pretending to be women, they're dangerous enough. But the women that are pretending to not be female or to be something other than what they are, they're all the more dangerous to all life. Yeah, it's a fact. Yeah. Guess what? The person I called a KUNT yesterday stopped acting stupid. I wonder why. And I bet she'll never do it again. Isn't that amazing? I wonder how that came about. One troll at a time. Everybody's different and everybody needs to be told things in a different way. I got the point of what tacky sounds like or what crass is. Oh, I know the difference, and that really isn't my personality, but it needs to be. So there you go. It's the sign of the times, you know. Oh, I just wanted to talk a little more about what it's like to be in my shoes and know that people would do things to me in a heartbeat if I let my guard down. And my words are nothing close compared to the thoughts in other people's brains that aren't spoken. So I don't I don't care if I'm not ladylike enough. Uh, I flip you off in the compo way, you know, because for the ones that pretend they are and they cut my throat in a heartbeat, that's why I am like I am. And for the men that would pacify them little bitches, I just flipped you out too. So, because you put us all in danger with your passivity and your meek language. And the meek will inherit the earth. Does that mean humans? I think we should talk to Snow White about that one. Doesn't say the week's going to. Actually, none of us inherit what God already owns. You know, that was written in there. That isn't even in the real scriptures. Did you know that? I shared another one from Rex Bear about some more of the hidden Vatican papers. There's some interesting stuff in there if you want to check it out. It's in my community. It's interesting. You'll hear some tidbits that ring true. But I'm gonna tell you what, and I'm gonna leave you on this note. You thank God that you're not me, and thank God that you're not being judged when you have never done anything to anybody to deserve that. Yeah, and you go listen to your cupcakes now that are all soft spoken without ever a cuss word, and don't close your eyes when you're sleeping if you know them very well. So, and that's the difference. Peace, everybody. I'll talk to you soon. Have a good night or day wherever you're at.